This is a traditional yoga practice reflecting the entire body, and throughout the practice there is an awareness of the breath. So we start by just coming to standing, Samasthiti or Tadasana, feet slightly hip-width apart. Lift and roll your shoulders. And just become aware of your feet connecting to the mat. Become aware of your breath. And then very gently, breathing in, raise your arms up to the side and up. Hold the breath at the top. And breathing out, lower your arms back down alongside you. And as you breathe in, once more, raising the arms to the side, you can either mentally or out loud chant to yourself, ma, aham, aham, as you breathe out. Or just enjoy the stretch of breathing in and breathing out. So breathing in, up to the top, hold, and breathing out, ma, aham, aham, either internally or out loud. And then again, as you breathe in, hold the breath at the top, and breathing out, ma, aham, aham. And once more, breathing in as you raise your arms up to the side, hold the breath at the top, and breathing out, lower your arms back alongside you. Take a moment to lift and roll the shoulders. You can stay facing forward or you can turn to the side of your mat, but either way, step forward with your left foot. Your back foot is slightly at an angle of 45 degrees, and your left foot can come out to the left if that supports your balance. Breathing in, as we did before, and breathing out, bending your front left knee as you come forward to either touch the ground, or if that's not accessible to you, to touch whatever is right for you. Breathing in, press your left foot down as you come back up again. Raise your arms above your head. Breathing out, soften your front left knee as you come down. Press your foot down as you come up. Breathing out, you can mentally or out loud say ma, aham, aham. It becomes an exercise in complete body and mind awareness, and also there is attention on the breath. Breathing out, ma, aham, aham. Press your foot down as you come up. You can look up or look straight ahead. Breathing out. Soften your front left knee. Press your left foot down to support you coming up, raising your arms. And breathing out, lower your arms back down alongside you. Step your left foot back to your right. Lift and roll your shoulders. And now step with your right foot slightly forward. You can go out if that's good for you, and your left foot comes into an angle of about 45 degrees. And once more, as we breathe in, raising the arms up above, hold the breath, and breathing out, soften the front knee as you come forward. Hands ideally touch the ground, but touch whatever is appropriate to you if you need support. Press your right foot down as you come up to standing, raising your arms up, looking ahead or up. Stretch your fingers. Breathing out mentally, soften your front right knee. Ma, aham, aham. Press your foot down as you roll up, hands up above. Breathing out, ma, aham, aham. As you roll down, softening the front right knee. Press your foot down as you roll up. Stretch your fingers. And breathing out, ma, aham, aham. Press your foot down. Raise your arms up, stretch your fingers, and lower your hands. Step your right foot back towards your left. Adjust your feet if you need to, and lift and roll your shoulders. And then now raising both hands up above you, looking ahead or looking up. Breathing out, bend both knees as you come forward to touch your hands onto the ground. Press both feet into the earth as you roll up vertebra by vertebra and carry on raising your hands above your head. Breathing out, roll down. Ma, aham, aham. Press your feet into the earth as you roll up vertebra by vertebra. Raising your arms, looking up. Stretch your fingers, rolling down. Ma, aham, aham. Press your feet into the ground as you roll up to standing, raising your arms. Stretch your fingers. Ma, aham, aham. Rolling down. Press your feet into the ground, rolling up for one last time. And breathing out, roll down. Ma, aham, aham. Press your feet into the ground as you roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing. Lift and roll your shoulders. Bring your hands to your heart center and then bend both knees as you bend down to come back to the earth. And at this point in this particular sequence, we take a Shavasana or lying corpse pose for a few breaths to recover from the movement that we made and to allow our bodies to absorb the energy. So come to lying on your mat. Extend your heels and let your feet fall out. Open your palms upwards, that's opening the shoulders and opening into the lung meridians. If you prefer, you can rest your hands on your abdomen and your elbows come outside to the side. Just take a couple of breaths, allowing the movement to be processed in our bodies and allowing the bodies to adjust before we move on. You could very gently turn your head to one side, come to the centre and turn your head to the other side. Come to the centre, turn your head to one side, turn back to the centre and turn your head to the other side. And then very gently circle both ankles in one direction, waking up the body and boosting the circulation, and then reverse the circle so that you turn your feet in the opposite direction. And then stretch your toes and just release and relax the toes back. And now we're going to come to move on with this sequence. So bend one knee and then the other knee in towards your chest. And enjoy just moving from side to side. This is a variation of Vipassana. And works on the lower abdominal apana energy. But it's also very good for the lower back, particularly if you might have been doing any gardening. Roll onto the side, and we're going to come to a kneeling position. Take your time to come onto your side, and then come up, come round, and then come onto your knees. So, if you find it tricky to sit back onto your heels, then kneel up slightly, but you've also got the option of placing a cushion or a bolster or a rolled up mat or a towel or anything to soften that. But if that really is too much, then leave that. I understand that some people's knees can be a bit problematic. Either way, we're going to be kneeling up and raising our hands up, either looking straight ahead, or if your neck allows you to look up, please do, and stretch your fingers. And breathing out, come back to sitting on the heels. Feel free to use the cushion if you need to. Breathing in, kneel up, stretch your fingers, and as you breathe out, mentally you can, or out loud, you can repeat to yourself, ma, aham, aham. It calls into existence a complete awareness of body and mind as you breathe in, kneel up. Stretch your fingers, looking up, if that allows. It's good for your neck. And breathing out, ma, aham, aham. And then breathing in, kneel up. Breathing out, ma, aham, aham. And breathing in, kneel up. Breathing out, ma, aham, aham. And just for a couple of breaths, either stay kneeling up if that is uncomfortable for your knees, or if you can bear to come and sit back on your heels, just take a couple of breaths to absorb that movement. And we now move on to the next movement, which is quite similar, where we add in one other thing. So kneeling up again, and breathing out, come to stretching your hands in front of you. So it's a form of extended child or swan's pose. Slide your hands back towards your knees as you kneel up, raising your arms above your head, stretch your fingers, look either up or ahead, depending on your neck, and breathing out, lower your arms, bottom comes down, slide your hands in front of you, ma, aham, aham. Feel the stretch all the way along your back. Slide your hands in towards you, raising up, and then ma, aham, aham. Slide your hands back. Just take a moment to absorb that movement with an in and an out breath, and take whichever position is good for you. You can kneel up if you want to. And now we come to the next series of movements, which are very similar. Kneeling up, raising your hands above your head. Stretch your fingers, breathing out, lower. Slide as we did before, our hands in front, stretching out into extended child. And then slide the hands back so that you're in cat. Dip your back and look up or along the mat. And then breathing out, round chin to chest. And either come to kneeling high or come back to the original position of resting your bottom on your heels and sliding your hands back. Again, Breathing in as you kneel up, hands up, stretching your fingers. Breathing out, lower your hands, ma, aham, aham, and slide your hands out in front of you into extended child's pose. And then bring your hands back as you come into cat, dipping your back, breathing out, rounding chin to chest. And then bringing your bottom either back to your heels or kneel high if that's more comfortable for you. And once more, press down with your knees as you kneel up, hands up, breathing out, ma, ha-hum, ha-hum. Hands go to the floor, sliding your hands out in front of you, child. Slide your hands back into cat, dipping your back. And then rounding chin to chest as you bring your bottom back to your heels. And then just take a moment to absorb that movement. And then we carry on into the next movement. So again, kneeling up, stretching up, breathing out, bring your hands to the floor. Sliding your hands forward, child. Sliding your hands back, dipping your back into cat. Rounding your back into cow, chin comes to the chest as you tuck your toes under and come into a very soft downward dog, and then begin to extend your feet, your heels aim towards the ground. Bend both knees, coming back to the floor. Untuck your toes and coming then to slide your hands to your knees. To sit up and then kneel up, hands up, looking either ahead or up. Stretch your fingers, breathing out, lower your hands back down to the ground. Your bottom comes towards your heels as you stretch forward in child's pose. And then slide your hands back as you come into cat, dipping your back. Rounding chin to chest as you tuck your toes, coming into a soft dog. And then begin to straighten your legs into dog. Your heels aim towards the floor. They don't have to touch the floor. And then breathing out, bend both knees back to the ground. Untuck your toes. Bottom goes back towards the heels as you slide your hands back to your knees. And last time as we kneel up, hands up, stretching your fingers. Breathing out, coming back down with your hands to the floor, sliding the hands forward as you come into extended child, stretching along your back. Slide your hands back to come into cat, dipping your back. Rounding the back, chin to chest as you tuck your toes underneath and come into a downward dog. And then bring both knees to the ground. Sit back, either high kneeling or coming back to your heels. Slide your hands forward and let's take a moment to absorb that movement. Take an in and an out breath. And then we go on to the next series, kneeling up, raising the hands up, breathing out, bring your hands back down to the ground. Slide your hands forward as you come into child's pose. And then slide your hands back as you come into cat. Round your back, chin to chest as you tuck your toes and come into a soft downward dog. Bend both knees to the ground. Walk your hands forward. This is optional. You don't have to. You can stay in cat as you come forward into up dog, or a variation of up dog, either looking ahead or looking up. Bring your hands back and then come to your starting position as we do that again, kneeling up. Stretch the fingers, looking up or ahead. Breathing out, lower the hands back down to the floor. Sliding them out away from you as you bring your bottom towards your heels in extended china. Slide your hands towards you as you come into cat, dipping your back. And then round your back, chin comes to your chest as you tuck your toes and come into a very soft downward dog. Enjoy the stretch. And then bend both knees back down to the mat as you walk your hands forward into an up dog position, a supported up dog position. This is optional. Head either looks up or looking along the floor, depending on your neck. And then coming back, moving your hands towards you, slide your hands towards your knees, and then come to move your bottom to the side. And we come once more to connect with the earth and to recover from that movement, taking a couple of breaths in Shavasana. Lying along the floor, the feet open to the side. The hands classically would open upwards, slightly away from the body, opening the shoulders and opening the meridians, the lung meridians. But you can also rest your hands on your abdomen, where your elbows would go slightly further apart. And just take a couple of breaths here to reconnect to your body and mind awareness. I am. Ma aham aham. And then very gently bend one knee and then the other knee into the chest and either come to sitting or roll to the side away from your heart. So roll to the right to come to a sitting position. Sukhasana. And here we just observe our breath. Sitting, hands on just below the knees, sitting up. And breathing in, circle the hands up, the palms meet. Breathing out, lower the hands back down to the earth. Breathing in, circle the hands up. Breathing out, lower the hands back down to the earth. And breathing in, circle the hands up. And breathing out, lower the hands back down to the earth. Then bring the hands to the heart center. And breathing in, open the hands outwards to the side. Breathing out, bring the arms back to the heart center. Optionally, you can lower your chin towards the chest. This activates the vagus nerve, so it's very calming to the nervous system, but you don't have to. Breathing in, opening your arms outwards, and breathing out, lower your head, your hands come back to your heart. And breathing in, opening your hands out to the side, and breathing out, bring your hands back to your heart. And as you're here, just bring your attention to, again, all parts of your body. Bringing your attention to your feet, moving through the legs, the knees, along the legs to the hips, the abdomen through up to the chest and down, the shoulders, the upper arms, the lower arms, the wrists and the hands. And bringing your attention to the lower back as you trace your focus and observation along your spine, going all the way up your spine to the neck, the back of the neck, the head, space between the ears, over the forehead and the eyebrows and the eyes, the face, the nose, the chin, the jaw, the throat. And just take a breath in and out as you acknowledge the entire body and mind that we've brought together in this complete and very traditional yoga practice. Bring your hands to your heart, bow your head, and we'll finish the class. Thank you.